I wasn't going to do a reaction video to this fight on UFC 288 between Xiaonan and Jessica Andrade, but after what happened, I have to. What an amazing performance by Xiaonan, who gets the first round finish over Jessica Andrade, knocking her out. Xiaonan hasn't had a single knockout win in the UFC. This was a huge win for her on the biggest stage, on UFC 288 on the pay-per-view, getting it done in the very first round. This was a spectacular win. We got to talk about this. I think if anyone thought there was going to be a first round finish, it would be Jessica Andrade. She's got the power. She's looked great, but now that's back-to-back losses for her. I know the last fight against Erin Blanchfield, a short notice fight, but Xiaonan has really been picking it up. She's looked much better since that stoppage loss to Carla Esparza a few fights ago. And she goes up there and gets it done, right? That fight was, back in, 2021. It wasn't even that long ago. Lost the split to Marina Rodriguez. And ever since then, the Mackenzie Dern fight gets a big win in that one. That was a 5-round fight, getting the win there. And following that up with the Jessica Andrade finish there. Very impressive from Xiaonan. And this all makes sense now. I kept wondering, why haven't they booked Weili Zhang and Amanda Lemos? It's because they did this fight. And now I'm almost positive about this, and we'll see what the UFC decides to do here. But to me, it's a no-brainer right now. You got to do Xiaonan and Weili Zhang next. That's a huge fight for the Chinese fans, for the Chinese market. That is a big fight that needs to happen next. Sorry, Amanda, and also Amanda lost to Jessica Andrade too, so we could kind of do a little math there. But I know it's only 2 wins, but these are 2 massive wins. But finishing Andrade in the first round, I can't overstate how big of a win that was. I looked at the prop bets for that. I think on Jan winning in round 1 was something like plus 1,500 on some books. Her winning inside the distance was like plus 700. So a lot of people weren't expecting this. I thought if you saw my breakdown on this fight, I thought this was going the distance. I thought with it being a 3-round fight, I didn't think Andrade would be able to knock out Xiaonan just because she's only been really finished the one time. And I thought conversely, if Yan was going to win, it would be a decision. That's not what happened here. She goes up there, she knocks out Andrade. Very impressive victory here. And again, I think the plan, or you would think from the UFC, is to do Weili Zhang and Xiaonan next. That's a massive fight. And of course, Weili Zhang capturing the title in their last fight by finishing Carla Esparza, the last woman to defeat Xiaonan as well. That's back-to-back wins for her as well. You got to do that fight next. Absolutely got to do it. And if that fight happens, I think it's very interesting with Jan's improved striking and just her overall game. Again, massive win for her here. You look at who Andrade has lost to in her career outside of Erin Blanchfield. And, again, that was short notice. All that. You look at her losses, they're all really good fighters. UFC champions, Shevchenko, Yama Yunus, Zhang, Jędrzejczyk. For the most part, it's been, really good knockout wins for Andrade. So for Yan to do that, again, very, very, very impressive here. And we'll see what the UFC decides to do next. But I think you got to do Xiaonan, Weili Zhang in China. That has to happen. Otherwise, I think they're going to really miss this opportunity here to capitalize on such a big fight in the women's division and in just the overall Asian market as well. So that's kind of what I'm thinking here. So I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. How surprised were you by this result? I know I saw some people picking Yan. I actually thought this fight was going to be pretty close, but for her to finish it in the first round, how many called that? I mean, if there is people out there, you deserve credit, but I don't think anyone really predicted a first round finish there for Xiaonan. So very impressive victory there. And what do you think about, passing over Amanda Lemos and going with Xiaonan next? I think that's the move to make if you're the UFC, especially from a business standpoint. Really big fight on the horizon. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram at Lynch on Sports. And as always, thank you for tuning in. I'll be doing some more of these tonight for UFC 288, so I appreciate you watching.